What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Random Bracket Battles. I am your host, Ron. Thank you very much for joining us again. This is an episode just like any other episode where my producer picks 8 random ass movies from, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 lists that I sent them. I have no idea what the movie's going to be, but I'm going to go ahead and bracket them in no particular order because I hate numbers and I hate orders anyways, and see which one's going to come on top. Speaking of being on top, guess who's having another baby in December or November and October and maybe January? No idea. But yeah, very excited about that and terrified because both my kids. It's oh shit! I'm so glad I work long hours. I come home and I'm like, oh well, now I really got to fucking clock in. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to lose my fucking mind every day because with two is just imagine you have a bomb in one hand. Like, remember from The Punisher where he took one of Howard Saints' sons and was like, yeah, you're pretty strong. This device isn't, it's 8 pounds. It ain't much, except you have an extended arm from a disadvantage point, and now hold it for as long as you can. And if you go down an inch, this wire is going to trip and you're going to explode. That's my son. And then over here is a glass crystal ball that's kind of the same concept that if I drop it, and it's very heavy because this thing is 18 months old and is a fucking black hole of a stomach and will eat anything. And because of that, this little bitch is so fucking heavy, almost as heavy as a 3-year-old. And if this breaks, a demon's going to come out and destroy havoc on everywhere, and it's going to sodomize all the squirrels. And there's not gonna be any popcorn or jalapenos for anybody. I don't fucking know. It's just the rules. I don't make them up. I just say them when they come to my mind. And now there's a bull shark going right for my dick. That's what a third one's gonna be, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. And me and the missus are gonna go to go pick up our new dog, a little dog tomorrow. So 6 mouths to feed. Can't wait. Life decisions. I can't wait. Can't wait to see these Halloween photos years later and just going, man, those were some fucking rough times, weren't they? Oh, everyone's out of the house now. The dog's dead, so things are good. Oh, shit. I hope everyone's doing very well. Let's see, some new movies coming out. I know Abigail's coming out soon, if not already. I really want to see that. So we had Sting a couple weeks ago about the spider that goes from yay to and there's a new film. I think it came out last year, actually, like Sundance last year, but really is out this year. Called Infested. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know. I haven't watched it, but all I'm gonna say is it deals with spiders, and I've been told through a YouTuber if you are have the slightest hinge of arachnophobia, then this is going to mess you up. So, honey, we should go see that movie. But other than that, I got nothing else. I hope everyone's doing well. I got my lovely producer Saul behind the scenes. She's the one who picked the films. So let's see which ones they are, and let's see which one's gonna win. So without further ado, Saul, my dear, give me those first two. Oh, snap. A Quiet Place versus Get Out. I don't have a pen or anything to write this shit down. I'll be fine. A Quiet Place versus Get Out. That actually might be better. All right, so let's start with release dates. This is really interesting because both these films are directed by very talented actors. The funny thing is they both come from comedy, and now their directorial debut for both of them are a horror film. Speaking of one of them, Jordan Peele said, comedy and horror are the same thing. There's 2 differences, the camera angle and the music. He said when the groundskeeper who ends up, by the way, spoilers for any and all movies. The groundskeeper who's running towards the camera when what the fuck's his name? I know it's Daniel. I know it's Daniel Kaluuya, but I forget his damn name. But when he's outside smoking the cigarette, I think right before, or right after he gets hypnotized with the teacup, I think right before, and it's basically the grandfather in the groundskeeper running towards. He goes, so that was obviously for horror. Make that a wide shot and put the Benny Hill music in. Now it's a fucking comedy. He's like, that's the only difference. So two very talented, funny people coming from the world of comedy, understanding a story, understanding the vision of the story, going, this is what I need to do. Here's X, Y, Z. I need to crop these. I need to cross these I's, dot these T's. You know what I'm at. And we're just going to go from there. And I think coming up with on the spot a lot of comedy improv, that's what helped them to go, I know my vision. I know what I need to do. I know how to make this a comedy. So basically, let's 180 all these bitches, and boom, you got horror now. Because both of these fucking films are gangbusters, man. 2017, you had Get Out. In fact, a month before that, you had Split coming out, and no one saw that shit coming. And then Jordan Peele is making a fucking horror movie. Okay, cool. And it blew everyone's fucking socks off. I was very unfortunate to not see this in the theater because much like when Arthur Fleck shoots Murray in Joker, you needed to be in the theater to see that. You got a hand job and at home if you watch that by yourself where you could have had a threesome and you got the effect of, is he gonna shoot him? Is he fucking shot him? The same thing happens when that bitch goes, I can't find the keys. I can't. Oh, here they are. It's the same thing. It's that same, like the whole audience. If you haven't gotten it, when she pulls the fucking keys out and it's revealed, this is where we're going with the story now. You needed a room full of strangers to be connected all at once with the same thought of, oh shit, with a fictitious story and go, oh shit. That's what movies do that's what movies do to me. That's what movies do to what I like to believe for anybody who just loves film just in general. That's the connection that I fucking love movies for, and I really wish I could be in a time machine. Like if I could, dude, if I can go back and watch any movie, like erase it from my memory and go back and watch it, it's so weird. It'd be Star Wars, no fucking doubt. I would have to erase everything I know about it though. So that might be a lot of work. For damn sure, Matrix. Um, and I'm sure there's others like T2, absolutely. Fucking Barbarian. I love to see that with fresh eyes again. Pulp Fiction, I love to see that with fresh eyes. But I'll, yeah, man, Get Out is one of those films that I just wish I can erase from my memory, go back in time, see it in the theater, and just be, oh my god, dude, this is brilliant. Because Us was, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It just, you gave us a porterhouse steak, and then you said, hey guys, I'm making another meal. And we're like, oh, we don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care about the menu trailers. I don't give a shit. Let's go. And it was a real shitty shepherd's pie. Like, oh, it came from a restaurant, so it's good. It's just not what I expected. And then Nope was just, here's a taco that will give you diarrhea. I'm not even. I'm who's playing. It's fuck it, because that movie was. You had two good scenes, and they did nothing for the fucking story. So Get Out is easy his best film. Um, but man, okay, let's talk about A Quiet Place first. So, like I said, directed by John Krasinski, starring himself and his real wife Emily Blunt, which couldn't have worked any better. He said that the way that this movie is going to scare people, my wife acting, just doing her job, did to me when she was giving birth in the bathtub and had to look up to the camera and just scream. And her character had to give birth. When he yelled cut, she went straight back into wifey Emily Blunt and said, oh, okay, what do you want for lunch, babe? Like, just came out of it like that. And when he said action, she got right back into it. I'm just like, well, yeah, man, this bitch did Sicario. I know who you're talking about when you say Emily Blunt. She, Edge of Tomorrow. I fucking know who Emily Blunt is. Yeah, but to see her in real life is to see her in real time and see her craft being perfected right then and there. That I get it. It must be it must be wild. But aliens come down and wreak havoc. And basically, if you make any noise, they're attracted to sound. They can't see. I don't think they can smell, but they can hear for damn sure. And any noise is going to attract them. So right off the bat, and this might be a ding, this point is probably going to go to Get Out, is that these people have been doing this. It says for, I think when the movie starts out, it's at least 350 days. So at least, let's put a cushion on it, at least 10 months of living this life of, let's put this sand down, let's eat, we can't cook anything, we can't use a fire, we can't do this, this, this. If we play a board game, you put one die in each hand and you throw them separately on the carpet so it does not make any sound. We do this, we can only talk at the waterfall, we can only do this. And yet, and then this kid plays with a toy that makes sense, and just standing there. He's not deaf, the daughter is. So why the hell is he just, I understand if this doesn't happen, not that we don't have a movie, but now we know what the stakes are. Much like a year before this in it's not afraid of killing off a little kid to let you know, okay, this shit is real. They Ned started they Ned Start a little boy to let you know anybody's fucking free game. So it was kind of just boggling of just, this kid knows what the world is, right? I understand he's fucking like my 3-year-old. I like to think would play by the rules, but I don't know. But it looked like that kid was at least 4, not 3, but at least 4, maybe 5. Shit, could have been 6. And it's just like, I feel like a kid that age wouldn't do that. Especially if you say, when we're at the drugstore and he's playing with the fucking airplane, and then you deliberately take the batteries out and go, no, we're not going to do that. But you set him down just like that. I know the apocalypse or whatever has happened. You're still a parent. You should know what a child's going to do of, oh, you took him out. Oh, now it's a game. Let's put him back in. Go ahead, mommy, your turn. Take it away from me. Take the batteries out. And then it's my turn again. Yeah, because my job is to piss you off. And the fucked up thing is, I don't even know I had a career. Oh, kids are great. Gonna have fucking 3 of them. I can't wait. I can't wait. Honestly, can't wait. Can't wait. Thoughts and prayers. Can't wait. But other than that, I really don't have a bad thing to say about this. Other than I don't like how Krasinski has to sacrifice himself. Not that it wasn't earned, it just felt too easy. Um, I've only seen this movie once. I've only seen this movie and the sequel once, and I think the sequel is vastly better. I thought it was just better directed. I thought the stakes were much higher. Plus, you put any movie and add Cillian Murphy, it's just going to go up at least 5 points. That's just going to happen. Especially in the first one, they walk to the drugstore, and where Krasinski shoots at the camera angle, how far he is. You have the second one, and it's day one, moments before these fucking things land, and he's going to the drugstore, and it's the same angle, it's the same walk, it's just a different feeling because it's normal life, and it's beautifully done. And yeah, I just think the second one's a lot better. I don't. I already know my answer, man. The fucked up thing is I don't have to defend it, but I feel like I have to just to give A Quiet Place a little bit of oomph, like give it some kind of fight. But I already know my answer is Get Out for this round. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and say A Quiet Place is great. You haven't seen it, don't let this asshole ruin it for you. Go ahead and check it out. Check out the sequel too. But Get Out is just better. So Get Out wins this. Moving on. I I hope we have comments. Hey man, what's going on? Hey Ron, why do you rock so hard? Well, you know what? My perfect Sunday. What's your perfect Sunday? Sergeant Angel, let me handle the press. I, you know what, dude? I've been asking myself that for just generations now, just years. I think you shouldn't get the answer from me. You should get the answer from every girl I have ever tried to hit on. Excuse me, every girl who has ever rejected me, which is all but one, and she's upstairs. And just ask him, like, why is this guy just? It must be just his big, juicy nose. Yeah, that's all he's got going for him. I don't know, man. I wish I knew. I wish I knew this secret. It must be the same thing that Ken has in Barbie. Hello there. Oh, I didn't even know it was Brendan. I still read it like that. What's going on, Brendan? Thank you very much for joining, man. If you haven't figured it out yet, Brendan, Saul just put me up A Quiet Place versus Get Out, and I chose Get Out. So I hope you agree with that. If not, I'd love to see where this bracket would go for you, then, sir. So that's all we have. So let's go ahead and put up those other two. What's the next two films? Black Klansman versus Ford versus Ferrari. It's so funny. I just picked so last weekend when I was trying to figure out what movie to watch, just because we didn't have the kids and we wanted to pop in something. I ended up watching Train to Busan. Uh, dude, what a great fucking movie. Uh, I actually picked up both of these because I wanted to revisit Ford versus Ferrari again. Dude, that movie, we might as well just go and get into it. That movie is 2.5 hours long. It feels like it's only an hour 20. This thing, just like the cars it's being made for, just fucking flies by. I forget his damn name, but I know he had a part in Ang Lee's Bruce Banner's Hulk, 2003. He was the dick. He was also a dick in this movie, and then he was a dick in that movie. I think he was a coach at some point, but basically, he plays a wonderful asshole in every film he's in. He's the I just saw the fucking clip on YouTube, the short. He's the executive CEO of marketing or something like that. Basically, the antagonist of the entire film of just he's more worried about the face of Mustang. He's more worried about Ford's scent of his asshole than he is of actually making a fucking decent car. That douchebag. He's fantastic in this. The guy who plays Ford is amazing. Matt Damon is incredible in anything he's in, and this is definitely one of those cases. I mean, my favorite film he's ever been in is Good Will Hunting. This is fucking number two, if not 1.5. He's fantastic in this. Christian Bale, I mean, again, anything he's in, he's a fucking chameleon. How in the shit do you go from 2002 Equilibrium? He gets, and I'm bullshitting these numbers, but just hear me out. He goes from about 195, 200 being in Equilibrium. 2004 hits The Machinist, 90 fucking pounds. 1 year later, Batman Begins, 205, 210 pounds. Uh, there's nothing in between there, I don't think, between that and Dark Knight. Dark Knight, I think he goes up to 220. He bulks up, he peaks up a little bit more. 2010, The Fighter, back down to 130, 140 pounds. Dark Knight Rises, 240 pounds. How? Then 1 year later, fucking what's it called? I'm not looking at anybody. Who the fuck is over there? American Hustle, one of my favorite David O. Russell, my favorite David O. Russell movie. Um, I think he stayed the same weight instead of muscle. It just went to fat. This dude is a fucking chameleon. He not only he not only melts into the pages of the script with just his acting, but literally physically, he will do anything and all it takes. Even Vice. I don't know how much weight he gained for that. And I know it's just bullshit all those numbers, but um, I don't know how much weight he gained to play Dick Cheney, but this guy is committed to his roles. And if you're gonna go as far, I'm a foodie through and through. So if I mean these chins are gonna walk all over you, you can fucking tell. Uh, fucking um, lost my goddamn train of thought. If he if he's gonna go through that much, and this is coming from a guy who loves food, if he's gonna go through that much of putting his body through that much changes drastically that quickly throughout his career, then there's no doubt in my mind he's not going to do the same thing for his discipline in his acting career or his acting abilities to give us the best performance possible. This is no this is definitely one of those cases for Ford versus Ferrari. I forget his fucking name in it. I've seen this movie 3 times. Obviously, Matt Damon Shelby. Um, but either way, both their chemistry is fantastic in this. Like I said, the movie is 2.5 hours long. Doesn't feel like that. It flies through. There's one scene I absolutely love. I absolutely 10 miles. Thank you very much. There's god damn it. We don't do trivia anymore, man. I don't need to know this shit. So um yeah, Barb Counter. Yeah. uh uh that was Melissa McCarthy, SNL. Every time I try to think of a name, I always just say that. Yeah, Mrs. Counter. Yeah, Barb Counter. Yeah, yeah. Uh, fucking. There's a one scene where I think it's the executive producers, or maybe it's John Berthal. I think it's John Berthal goes to Italy and talks to Ferrari about merging or saying we want to compete. No, it has to be something about merging our companies, whatever, because Mustang wasn't selling the cars. Just they needed something. They fucking still do because it's a goddamn Ford. I take a Camaro any fucking day. Uh, just like Ken Miles says, you do all this to that car, and it wouldn't matter because I take a Chevrolet, I take a Chevy Charleroi, something like that, and that's a fucking terrible car. A Chevelle, a Chevrolet Chevelle. Anyways, John Berthel goes to Italy and talks to Ferrari and basically tells Bernthal to tell his boss this message. He goes, "You're a fat, just nitwitted dude." And Ford, this actor's so fucking great. Pretend this is a cocktail drink, like a business drink, like what a man would drink, not a fucking set. Okay, real quick, real quick. So I go down to fucking gas station to Sheets. To whoever knows that, I got on a fucking Sheets, and I thought I saw a good sale. When does beer ever do sales? Of 24 bottles for $26. I'm going, okay, well, that's about $1. And it's at a gas station, so they're going to up the price a little bit. That makes sense. I come home and I fucking realize that it is $7 or 7 ounces. Now I feel like Andre the asshole when I'm fucking holding this goddamn little thing, just crushing beers. Like, yeah, don't I fucking feel cool? Asshole. Asshole. I'm looking at you, dick face. Anyways, we need to get on with the fucking point. The guy is just holding his glass going, yep, yep, because he's heard this shit all over. He's a businessman. He's a businessman. You have to have thick skin if you're going to be on the top of anything. Or just maybe if that's just his ego, it's so impenetrable. That's probably more accurate. his ego is just so impenetrable, nothing's getting through to him. I'm just like, yep, brush that off. I have to brush it off. That didn't even make a dent. Want me to rub off that scratch? Why? I didn't even do that. No, it's fine. Yeah, I'm a fat, lazy piece of shit. I don't know how to make a car. And then Berthol says, he puts his head down. He just goes, was there, and then Ford says, was there anything else? Berthol puts his head down. Yeah. He says, you're not Henry Ford. And this dude's face just goes from, and you see, that was a terrible impression, but you see, like, oh, now you just hit my bullshit button. Now you just hit my jackass button. It got to him. It damn sure got to him, and that was all he needed to get this motion, to get this pony show on the road. I really wish I didn't say any of that because I know this is winning. Black Klansman's great. It's great. It's fucking Spike Lee. It's something Washington. Jonathan, son of a bitch. Tenet. Fucking ballers. Put up the fucking name. I know you guys are going to. John David Washington. Damn it. Nothing against him. He seems like he has a great personality. I just find him annoying in some of the films, and this one definitely. It just I never know, what are you trying to convey. Are you for this of what you're doing? Like when it goes to that rally, there's a lot of confusion on his face. I'm very confused. Like is he going undercover? Is he really getting sparked by what the speakers are saying? Is he on the side of, yeah, fuck all white people? I have no idea what his motivations are. I mean, granted, I've only seen it once, and I should really give it a reshot. Because like I said last week before I put in Train to Busan, I was literally holding up both these films, going, do I want to watch either one? And then I saw Train to Busan. It wasn't even open yet. I'm going, oh, she's never watched this before. Let's pop this in. And if it was going to be anything, it'd probably be Ford versus Ferrari. The kids weren't here. That means, because if you watch Ford, turn up your volume as loud as you can. Get at least a half decent sound bar. Turn your sound bar up as loud as you can. That's the best way to watch this fucking movie. Another film I wish I would have saw in theaters, but this movie came out in 2019. Gangbusters of a fucking year. That 2007, 2014, and 2022 are impeccable years of movies. And 1982. Black Klansman's fine. Adam Driver's great. Fucking Topher Grace as an asshole is wonderful to see because I fucking hate him in one of my favorite movies of all time, Interstellar. Why are you here? Why are you there? Yelling at Jessica Chastain, he's coming! Hi, he's coming! He's fine! He's almost here! And then here comes Casey Affleck, he's here! Okay, now what? Did you try to stop him at all? You fucking asshole. He's that, and when he plays himself in Ocean's 11. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly, yeah, $50. What are you talking about, guys? Just pocket change. Yeah, that's exactly who I think you are, because you are, to me, and forever will be, Eric Foreman, because I grew up with that. But outside in your films, you do nothing for me, man. You do nothing. You need to go find that book that what's his face used on Tara Reid in American Pie, and you need to do the twister on My Little Giant, because you're not doing a fucking thing with me, dude. Yeah, it's this is, like I said 3 times already. This is Ford versus Ferrari. Black Klansman's great. I can't wait to rewatch it again. But you give me a choice, I'm gonna put Ford versus Ferrari in. Next, please. Did I piss anyone off? I love both these films. Yeah, they're both great. They're both amazing. Ford versus Ferrari is just better. It's got a great name too. Black Klansman's good. Actually, that Black Klansman is especially how it's spelled with the 3 Ks, is wonderful, but you can't say that. You have to look at the title words. Ford versus Ferrari. Ooh, shit, what's that about? Well, it's about Ford versus Ferrari. Josh says, first Ferrari, never seen Black Klansman so many. So my opinion matters. Yeah, give it a watch. Give it a watch. It's definitely worth the time. It's definitely worth a view. I just rewatchability, which is very very high for me, which is probably why this movie, Pulp Fiction, is my number one movie of all time. Um, it's way more digestible for Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah, it is a 3 hour movie, but what are you gonna watch? Man of Steel or the Batman? Man of Steel's fan fucking tastic. One of my favorite DC movies of all time. But the Batman is just so much fun, man. It's just yeah, it's 3 hours, but it fucking flies by, dude. Because you're having so much fun. And the same thing happens to Ford versus Ferrari. Uh Cor- Coronas are the best. Kroger Corona or oh yeah. I'm about to say English, please. You know I don't speak Spanish. You ate a full wheel of cheese and pooped in the refrigerator? I'm not even mad, Saul. I'm real impressed. You see, I'm kind of a big deal. My basement is full of leather-bound books and smells of rich mold. Uh, look here. I'm gonna say something to you. If you want, if you want it, take it. If you don't, throw it right back. I want to be on you. You just have a breathtaking hiney. I think it's good. So stupid. Oh, come on. So let me show you this. Oh, I can't. It's on my fucking phone. Uh, as a job, I deliver I deliver food to restaurants and various businesses and bars and shit like that. There's this one bar that I went to today that I delivered for in the past, and I was so excited that I had to use the bathroom because right above their toilet there is a picture of John C. Riley and Will Ferrell as they're crossing streams. It's like the people who know that movie will just look at that and go, "Ah, you fucking." Today was a hard day at work, but that's just that made it better. It's fucking great. So I'm sure I've said this like 15 times. As soon as I see the films, almost immediately I know which one's going to win, and I just got to navigate of okay, how much gas can I use before it's useless because I know it's going to win and I don't want to use any more detail about this movie that I know it's going to win in order for it to continue on to the next two rounds to potentially see if it's going to win. I'm looking at these two and I have no idea. So I let's talk about it. I was going to say let's go in order. I'm going. When did these come out? These both came out in 2008. So A B C D E F G S and T. Okay, so let's start with Step Brothers. Um, Will Ferrell, son of a bitch. She was his mom. She was his stepmom. She was married to James Caan in Elf. Oh my goodness. She was in Back to the Future Part 3. Um, I don't need to know this. Thank God anymore, because I have fucking two kids now. Three on the way. Did I mention that? Did I mention I was a Great Stone Dragon? Uh, it doesn't matter what her fucking name is. Mary Steenburgen. God damn it! I knew it had something to do with hot dogs. Uh, fucking. You had her. You had Richard Kind. No, Richard Kind is someone. Richard Jenkins. You had Richard Jenkins playing the dad. Steenburgen plays the mom. She has a 40-year-old son, Will Ferrell. He has a 40-year-old son, John C. Riley. And honestly, I can't tell you which one's funnier. I'd like to say it's John C. Riley, but just it's kind of like a Dumb and Dumber thing where Carrey is just a comedic actor and he does it very, very well. Then you have Jeff Daniels who can just act funny and it fucking works. It works so well that he's on the same fucking level as a comedic actor. Because before this, you had Perfect Storm, you had son of a before he got with Farrell, he was in a number of movies that was serious roles and he did them very, very well. Same thing with Jeff Daniels. In fact, with Jeff Daniels, he did Speed and then Dumb and Dumber in the same fucking year and crushed them both. I think I mentioned that. I think that was one of the movies from last week. So I can't tell you which one's funnier. I'd like to say it's John C. Riley, but just Farrell, man, his face. Nope. Just every time I see your face, I just want to punch it. Is there anything I can do about that? Nope. Nope. Just your face. Just want to hit it. Pow pow. Is he saying pow? Pow. You want to hit me? Hit me in the fucking face. Hey, Derek, you know what helps? You know what helps me? Licking my butthole. I have a stepbrother named Derek too. So that's why it's so fucking fun. He's nothing like Adam Scott. Which without him and without Catherine Hahn, this movie just would not be as funny because both of them bring their fucking A game. There's a line that Jesus Christ, I don't want to fucking offend anybody, but there's just a line at the end of Step Brothers where it's at the fucking Catalina wine mixer and everything goes off smoothly. And so you have Derek and Brandon or Brennan. And, they go, what do we do now? Well, Brennan suggests, how about a hug? And Adam Scott's reply. It's exactly what a stepbrother would say. Fuck that. It's exactly what a guy would say to another guy. Just, what do we do now? How about a hug? Yeah, you like that? I, I don't want to fucking offend anybody. Jesus Christ. It's so goddamn ridiculous. But you know the fucking line. This movie is just stupid joke after just not even joke. Just funny shit just keeps happening. When they go in for the interviews, it's one of the best bits ever. It's one of the best. I guess it's a montage. I get like at least a fast edited scene or scenes. It's hilarious, especially when they're with Seth Rogen. Yeah, I get it, man. It's you guys are dressed up, formal for a job that pays minimum wage. I get it. I get the irony. Just John C. Riley just farts for like a 15 seconds. God bless Seth Rogen. Was that a fart? What the fuck else couldn't have been? Was that a fart? It just goes, no, it wasn't. I could taste it. Tastes like ketchup and onions. Now that I think about it, the tuxedos are kind of fucked up. Their relationship, it's exactly what you would feel like a 10-year-old stepbrother and another 10-year-old stepbrother would interact. And I think that's the whole fucking point. But they're going to obviously hate each other because of Randy Jackson and them wanting to bang John Stamos. If there was one, if you were gay, who would be the one man who you would sleep with? John Stamos. If you were any dinosaur, who would it be? What would it be? Velociraptor. Do we just become best friends? And then, just like even in a regular marriage, if the marriage just isn't working out, then they're gonna blame each other. It's just what happens, and this obviously goes for obvious comedic effect of that storytelling, but done in a very, very, very good way. And all I want to do is just quote the whole fucking movie because it's all. Actually, I might just watch that tonight. it, Fuck me, man. It's just like every time. It's one of those movies that every every time I watch it, it just gets funnier. It's like Airplane. Every time I watch it, I know every fucking line. The red zone is for unloading and loading only. There is no stopping in the white zone. No, the white zone is only unloading and loading. There's no stopping in the red zone. Don't start with your white shit. Don't start with your white zone bullshit again, Betty. We know perfectly what this is about. You want me to get an abortion? What? You know the lines, but every time it just gets funnier. Captain Over. We we don't have a phone with a doctor with the Mayo Clinic, but a Captain Ham is on line 5. All right, give me Ham on 5. Hold the Mayo. So stupid. I love that fucking movie. It's exactly what it is, man. You know I know all the jokes, and yet every time I hear them, they just get better and better and better. There's only a few handful of movies that do that to you, and you got to give all the credit. Can't give it all. Yeah, okay, so I'll shut the fuck up. Beer is amazing. Um, you got to give a lot of the credit to Riley and Farrell of just improvising at least 50% of this movie. They're fantastic at just the dumb. I would love to see the probably 11-hour film reel that they have of all the dumb shit that they have said. The task of how do we edit all this shit into here's our movie. Which ones are we gonna pick? Which jokes are we gonna pick? And then fucking sweet sleepwalking. And, and bringing up the fucking Catherine Hahn fantasizing about John C. Reilly is just hilarious. Something's happening. It's so slippery. She just puts one leg up. I gotta piss. Puts one leg up and starts pissing. It's exactly how I thought it was gonna be. So beautiful. And, she's a very interesting actress because when she's just in comedy, she obviously works. When she's in anything else, it's just, what the fuck are you doing, man? She was in The Visit. I couldn't hate her anymore. What are you doing here? I know at that time I didn't know her name, but I knew her fucking face. I'm going, you don't belong here. There's two movies that are somewhat outside of comedy, that I am like more of her, more of that character. Knives Out, Glass Onion, and her as Octavia, uh, Octavia Doc Ock in Into the Spider-Verse. Those are the only two ones that are outside just plain comedy that I really like her in. Adam Scott is obviously fucking great. I need to move on. I'm just scared on one of these movies has to go because Tropic Thunder is one of my favorite comedies of all time. Obviously, my number one is Airplane. Tropic Thunder is not that far behind. Here's the fucked up thing, though, and here's where I think I know my answer. The version I have is the director's cut. I cannot implore you enough. Do not watch the director's cut. Because if you know the movie, if you know the jokes, if you know where the punchlines are, where the director cut fucks up at is it extends the setup. It extends the joke to where it's just give me the fucking punchline, man. You're cock teasing me, and then by the time I get it, I'm like, I'm already so blue balled that it wasn't fucking worth it. Instead of just stepping on my nuts, you fucking crushed them, and now I can't blow my load. Now, that's an analogy for the kids, so I'll try to find one for the adults, but you know what the fuck I'm trying to say, man. To where it really makes me think, just talking about it in real time, it really makes me think of, is it as funny? Because let's say if you did Step Brothers, what you did to this, and there's a director's cut, and you extend the setup, you extend the joke. Now, I'm being biased because I have no idea if that does exist or if that ever will exist. And because it doesn't, I can't give it a full opinion about it. But I feel like if they did that, it wouldn't feel as long, it wouldn't feel as draining. It would just be it would just be funnier. There'd just be more of it rather than no, what you had in the theatrical version was perfect. Why are we drawing this shit out, dude? There's no reason to draw this shit out. Just here's a setup, boom, punchline, move the fuck on. I can't give specifics because I don't know the specifics, but I don't know specifically what they, on top of my head, what they extend and what is drawn out more, but I see it like it happens a few. Actually, okay, in the beginning, right before the director goes down and talks to Four Leaf, and Four Leaf tells this director, "You need to put your boys in the shit. Take them off the fucking grid." as as Nick Nolte says, he's fucking fantastic. I wrote the book, Sergeant Four Leaf. Wow, you're a great American. This country owes you a huge debt. Now shut the fuck up and let me do my job. Fucking Tom Cruise. Diet Coke! Who here has a key grip? You? You. Hit that director in the face really fucking hard. You know what you do with an actor who can't cry on cue? You put on their pants and you spank their ass. You spank that ass less. So it's right before he goes to talk to Four Leaf, and there's a party in the director's cut where he talks to all one of those four actors, and it's supposed to, get you more invested in it, to get you understanding of these characters a little bit more. But it's just we understand it. Do you know how we know we understand it? Because you gave us that one commercial of Booty Sweat and Bust a Nut Bar, and these three incredible trailers. We know what kind of people these are, especially before the party. And you see Tug Speedman there with like the little claws trying to fucking get in the character because he doesn't know how to do this shit. All he knows is action movies. And he's talking on the phone with the pecker fucking Matthew McConaughey, that godsend, amazing man. I just told you I love Interstellar. This dude is. I fuck any guy who says that The Notebook isn't good, and fuck you too if you don't think that Magic Mike isn't a good movie. That's a damn good movie. It's the second one that Cougars queef over, and I don't need that shit. And the third one is basically him telling the world, "Hey, remember I did Step Up? Well, here's Step Up with Jennifer Lopez." I'm sorry. No, not Jennifer Lopez. Um, oh my god, what the fuck's her name? Um, She was in that god awful Eternals movie. She was the hitman's bodyguard's wife. Son of a bitch. If you can, whenever you can, guys, put it on the fucking screen. I know you know who I'm talking about. Um, I want to say Selena Gomez, but I know that's 1,000% wrong. Anyways, the fuck was I talking about? Thank you, ADD. Salma Hayek. Son of a bitch. Uh, I don't even know what the fucking point in any of that was. How did I get to Salma Hayek? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, oh yeah, because Channing Tatum and Matthew McConaughey and all that shit. Okay, yeah, I got it. He's amazing and he's hilarious in this movie. Actually, it was this movie that was the turning point. That was the pivot point of not only for me how I looked at McConaughey, but how his career kept going. So down here you had that god awful, like not even entertaining, god awful. I don't think it was a remake. It was definitely a sequel of one of the Texas Chainsaw movies with Renee Zellweger. I think it came out in 1995. God awful. Then you had, I mean, obviously, Dazed and Confused, but that was his first one. Then you had, to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm skipping a lot. The Wedding Planner, um, failure to launch, god awful, just because Sarah Jessica Parker is just very hard to look at. She looks like a horse had plastic surgery. You remember that episode of South Park where Gerald, Kyle's dad, turns himself into a dolphin? Well, Parker looks like if a horse turned itself into a person that had a foot on her chin. That's what Sarah Jessica Parker looks like. How are you sex? How are you one of the faces of sex in the city? Who would want to fuck you? I don't fucking get it. I may have something against her. Um, Fool's Gold is in the one. Sierra is fine, but anytime I'm gonna see Zach Zach Hahn, Zach Zane Hahn, Zach Hahn, anytime I see him, I'd rather just go watch fucking Saving Silverman. So Steve Zahn. Anytime I see Steve Zahn, I'd rather just fucking go watch Saving Silverman than anything else he's ever in. Or or Daddy's Daycare. Anyways, not in a lot of good movies. Then he gets this one, McConaughey, and he kills it, just like everybody else in this fucking film. After that, Lincoln Lawyer, Fool's Gold, Dallas Buyers Club, Magic Mike, Interstellar, and it just keeps fucking going. And now this dude just can't miss anything he fucking touches. It's like that young man that wanted to be an actor who got his role in Days Confused. Guaranteed, he saw himself doing these roles that the ones he has been doing for the past 15 years now. That's what he was going for. And I'm not saying Tropic Thunder is the reason for that. I'm just saying it's coincidence that after that, that was a tipping point. And he's fantastic in it as the Pecker. Look here, fuckstick. I'm not in the mood for you. Sounds good. Dude, this is so fucking hard. I have no idea which one to pick. You put both in front of me. I even that's unfair because I'm gonna just want to do a double feature and just pick both. Saul, you bitch. You ignorant slut. Dwight, damn it. This is this is tough. I I kind of want to just say both win, and now it's two movies versus one for the entirety of this, and see if that can happen. But Tropic Thunder does a lot for me because Downey is fantastic. Saul's a mad woman who should not be messed with. Um, Tropic Thunder is a fantastic movie. There's no message there. It's real dumb, but it's so funny, especially after RDJ gave that interview on Rogan of saying, what are the benefits for me for doing this? Well, I get to be black for a summer. That's pretty fucking cool. And he said none of the heat went on him. It all went on Stiller because of that fucking. And I don't give a shit if I fucking offend anybody on this. It's dumb. Uh, can't go full retard. You just can't do it. Fucking Forrest Gump. You know what? But Rain Man looks retarded, as retarded, yeah. But he learned to count toothpicks and won the game at Las Vegas. That ain't retarded. Forrest Gump. Look retarded, slow, but brace on his legs. But he ended up winning a ping pong chip and charming the pants off Nixon. That ain't retarded. And he was a goddamn war hero. You know, retarded war heroes. You are full retard. Yeah, you were just fat. Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I flushed so much out. How do I come back in? I was acting dumb. Yeah, you was fought in the bathtubs and laughing your ass off. Just not getting, dude. Do you not know I'm fucking with you? That was a terrible impersonation. Like this might be your shit action, but what you're talking about, that's my shit. And you know nothing about this fucking world. At least I can act, because I'm an actor, I can act like I know this shit about action movies, but don't you fucking dare think that you're anything like me. That is the one redeeming quality I like about Kurt Lazarus, Downey's fucking role that he plays. Kurt Lazarus is actually, if Russell Brand's, um, what's his name? Alvis Snow was an actor instead of a rock star. That's who Kurt Lazarus is. Just a dumb, very talented, very successful, very famous individual in their career field. Dude, this is so fucking hard. But I gotta be real and say I have never said that Step Brothers was one of my favorite comedies. I have always said, anytime I got brought up in any conversation, Tropic Thunder, that's one of my favorite comedies, and I will die on a hill of that. And talking about it, it did nothing, so I just wasted, 25 minutes of your guys' time bullshitting over these two, because that did nothing for me, because they're both hilarious. They're both directed, acted, written very, very well, executed very well, both entertaining. But there's just something about Tropic Thunder that makes me go back to it, because there's a sense of movie to it. I know it's the making of a movie, but there's a sense of, oh shit, something went wrong, now there's stakes, rather than just we're living together, we're gonna get kicked out, oh shit, parents got divorced, hey, they got back together, all good. And throughout that entire very summarized synopsis of that movie, there's a lot of laughs. Whereas this one, there is a story that I can get behind. So maybe that's why I like it more. And that's why I'll say that's one of my favorite comedies of all time. And that's why, as much as it hurts me, but it's going to hurt either way, that Tropic Thunder is going to take this over Step Brothers. All right, show me the comments, because I know people are mad. Every time I touch, I feel scared. Every time I get, I feel so scared. That's what she said. Every time I listen to Get Out by Luda, oh, it's Get oh, Get Out? It's not Get Out. It's it. Oh my God, Get Back. It's Get Back. Get back, motherfucker. You don't know me like that. I playing around, make one false move. Dude, all those songs are like our 80s songs. I was just talking about this with Angel. Fucking some dickhead was wrapped his shitty Honda Civic in white camo, and I looked at her and was like, there's only one thing that ever comes to mind. There's only one chain link that's connected to white camo, and it's Bubba Sparks. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Like, that shit is our 80s music, my generation's 80s. It's terrible, it's god awful, only we love it. And only ironic hipster douchebags, Gen Z, are going to listen to it and go, well, that's bad. I love it. I love that we got a Tropic Thunder reference at the Oscars. Oh my God, that's right. That's right. I'll read script. Script reads me. You sure? Oh yeah. Really? For most certain. Why is still in character? I know that. About to tell you. No, you don't. Now I'm dropping character talk on the DVD commentary. Dude, thank you, Sam Rockwell. That was easily the best part of the Oscars. So good. Okay, I thought we had way more. Oh my God, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Thank you, because you just saved me a lot of time. This winner, can you hear me? The winner is Wild Wild West. Fuck Twilight. The book fucking sucks, because everybody in my fucking school read it. I read it going, who the fuck is this bitch for? There's nothing to Bella Swan. It's a blank fucking page. No goddamn pun intended, so any dumb cunt can just put her fucking fat ass face into that going, no, that's me. Edward loves me. This 117-year-old creep is going, hey, that 15-year-old smells real good. I know I smell blood, but man, that giant smells real good. I'm going to go get that because that's not pedophilia because I stopped aging at 17. I may have life experiences, which really age is really based off of because I've met some 40-year-olds who act like they're fucking 13 still. So it's not really a number. It's just how you feel. But really, I feel like I'm 200 because I've been on this fucking earth for over 100 years. Let me go get that little giant right now. Fuck this movie. Fuck all those movies. It can die in a fucking Dead Creek Hill. Put in a ditch. Put a fucking bullet in. It's Wild Wild West. Fuck you, Twilight. So the winner is Wild Wild West. Let's. We got any comments? I hate those movies, man. None of them make any fucking sense. I read all the books too. Eclipse is probably the best one because there is a what's that word called? Story there. Whereas the first two, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing in the first one. The second book, oh, Edward left me. Here comes this other guy. Let's go on a date with this other dude. Oh, he got sick. Where did you go? I don't know. Oh, by the way, I'm a werewolf. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I don't age and my shirt's always off. Why? Because it's over there. Why is it over there? Well, I took it off. Why did you take it off? Because I'm a werewolf. Did you not? Come on, bitch. Like, do you not see the circle? Eclipse is the best. What? Sure, fine. It's the best movie, but that's kind of like saying, okay, eat this glass. Now, eat this poisonous worm. Okay, which one did you enjoy the most? Which one came out of your ass the less painful? That's how you judge these fucking movies. Fuck those movies. I'm so goddamn glad that Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson got the fuck away from those because if we didn't, because both these cocksuckers now, especially Patterson, has multiple movies at A24. High Life, The Rover, The Lighthouse, which is my favorite if you're going to talk about any of them that have Pattinson in it. That movie is just mwah. And then Kristen Stewart just came out with Let Love Lie or something like that, where Ed Harris plays her father, and it's like an '80s criminal hillbilly gangster wrestling movie, and it just sounds like you're just hitting all the fucking check marks down for me. And oh, Kristen Stewart's in here. Oh, there's lesbian love in here. I'm in. I just watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World. You want to say the L word to her? Which L word? Lesbian? That's not it. Lesbians. I lesbian you. I really don't know what to say. I meant every word. You're thinking about good time. Thank you. God, yeah. But all those are also A24. The best Pattinson movie? Ah, the best? That's a stretch, dude. That movie's good. It's just real. I don't use this word a lot. It's real fucking cringy. I understand that character has to do some actions to get his goals met and needed so he can accomplish what he is trying to accomplish with every little, I'll say, game level to get to where he needs to get. But in order how to do that, he's got to be a real piece of shit. And if I had to watch any Safdie brother movie, it's going to be Uncut Gems. I will always bet on black. I'm always going to put Uncut Gems in way miles before I'm going to put Good Time in. Good Time's good. Uncut Gems is designed to make you unnerved. Designed to. Good Time was the blueprint of there's something here. We know what we're trying to convey, where we know what we're trying to go for, and they just fucking fected it in Uncut Gems. You're thinking about, okay, all the good books and movies were trash, but it does give me nostalgia. Okay, fair enough. To you, absolutely. To me, I read the books. I remember I was dating this fucking bitch, and she was like, "Yeah, I can't wait for Twilight." I'm going, "What the fuck is Twilight?" And she was like, "Well, it's this movie about this and this." And the first image I saw of Pattinson, I was like, "That's a douchebag. That's not a vampire." I went to the military, and then I went to the BX, the military mall, and I saw a movie called that came out the same year. Excuse me, 1 year after Twilight, and 1 year right before New Moon. It's called Remember Me. It's got Chris Cooper. It's got Pattinson in it. Those are the only two names that I'm familiar with. But a lot of people say at the end of that movie, it's a cheap ending. I didn't get that at all. I thought you warned everybody that the beginning of the movie, there's one scene in 1999, and then it says 10 years later, and it's like it takes place in a city where something happened. You fucking should have connected the dots. Yeah, but that was all the way in the beginning, and so much has happened till then. A warn is a warn. Whether it's a sign or someone just yelled it at you, or it's a look. Or, as couples know, when you're talking to your son's soccer coach and he has tattoos on his face and you're hand gripping their hand of like, hey, hey, white gangster, Bubba Sparks here. Bubba Sparks meets Post Malone is going to be teaching our kid how to kick. Should we get the fuck out of here? I was excited for Twilight because he was in Harry Potter. Oh, that's right. Died and became a vamp. Good for you. Good for you, sweetheart. I'm glad the planets aligned for you, cocksucker. All right. Get Out versus oh my god. Get Out versus Ford versus Ferrari. Let's go ahead and start with Get Out. There's a lot of small details that make this movie the way it is. One of them is when the daughter, after it's revealed, after Danny Kaluuya is downstairs being prepped, and she's eating Fruit Loops, and separate from that is a glass of milk. She refuses to put the colors in with the white milk, the best kind of milk, the white one. Uh, uh, it's that and the whole Stephen Root thing of yeah, I'm a blind curator. I love doing what I do because someone explains it to me, and I find it very. My assistant describes the painting to me, and and I say out of my opinion that if it's good or not. And he goes, I see the irony, so I haven't the irony hasn't been lost on me, and it's very interesting that you want fuck the whole racist thing. It's very interesting that you want to take someone's body so you can have eyes, because in a sense, isn't it just better for your imagination to take hold when you're being described these paintings and going, man, that's beautiful? Because no matter what this guy says, it's never going to be exact of what you're thinking. That is what a lot of good directors will do. There's a they'll show you the reaction rather than the effect. A very good um, example of that is in Disturbia, where Shia LaBeouf and his dad are at the beginning of the movie are driving on this road. There's a car in front of them. The car swerves because as the turn is happening and the car swerves, there's a wreck already. The dad just doesn't have enough time and hits this wreck, and the car turns, goes over, and because this wreck is right after another turn, here comes inevitably another car and fucking hits the dad. So Shia LaBeouf gets out and limps over to his side, and instead of seeing the carnage, you see this son's reaction of realizing that my father is dead. So how mangled he was, how gruesome the body was, if the body was in pieces, all that is left up to your noggin because not because of the great performance LaBeouf did. He's a fucking great actor, so people need to shut the fuck up about him. So just do it. Um, he's a fantastic actor, but because of the reaction you saw, because of that shot, that I know Spielberg gave the director that advice to do it that way, and it paid off beautifully. That's what I mean. Like, now your mind is thinking so many things of what does the body look like, all those things that I just mentioned. And like I said, it's very interesting that you would want to take that away deliberately so you can see these paintings. And now, because it was described to you and you're thinking, dude, this is easily a 7 out of 10. And now in reality, it might be a 4 out of 10 because you feel different about it. And because you feel different about it, it has tainted every single painting that you have ever seen. And now you become Ego from fucking Ratatouille, where something fucked you up, and now nothing is going to satisfy you. It's very interesting to think about. And not only that, but it's just your eyesight was taken away from you, but now you want to take someone else's body. I know that's not the message of the story, but even that was pretty fucking fascinating to even just think about. But another one, I forget what the daughter does to Daniel Kaluuya to distract him. I think they just go by the lake or something. I think they purposefully overwhelm him so that he can go to the girlfriend and go, "Hey, I need to get out of here. Let's go talk." And so once that's happening, oh my god, put the fucking name down because I forget his goddamn name. Brett something. He was in Billy Madison. He was in Cabin in the Woods. He plays the dad here. Once I see the fucking name, he was in Godzilla, uh, King of Monsters. Once I see the fucking name, I'm gonna be like, "Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking of." Um, once we're waiting for that, whenever they're doing the silent auction, I've never seen that before. That was fucking brilliant. I love all the little quotes of Brad. So I can't get out of my head now. Of yeah, Black is in right now. Yeah, it's great. Oh, I would have voted for Obama a third time if I could. All these little details, that's what makes the movie. The idea of this happening is a fantastic idea, but that will take you Bradley Wilford. I hear that name and all I think of is I forget even his name too. God damn it. Diabetes. Um, he was in the thing. Anyways, all right, come on, get focused. Um, sorry guys, my mind just all scattered right now. Fucking yeah, all the little details about this movie really really makes it. The premise is great, but like I said, that's only going to get you so far. It's the little details that Peele adds to this that really make this movie this movie. Ford versus Ferrari does that same concept of here's this story that I can just summarize on a piece of paper within 4 sentences. Everything about this, every action, every reaction, every choice, every character conflict, no matter which two characters are conflicting at the time, every conversation, down to the last minute detail, is perfectly captured, perfectly executed, well, cinematography is well lit. The sound design is fantastic. Everything about this movie just screams the word perfection. James Mangold, yet again, proves why he's just one of the best of the best. I mean, we have a plethora of fantastic actors in this day and age, and I'm so wonderfully grateful for that. Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, Denis Villeneuve. I'll add Fincher and Tarantino in there. They're veterans, but they're still in there. Nolan, I'll consider him a veteran, but he's still in that category. Um, Jordan Peele, Krasinski, um, James Mangold. Like these are just amazing directors who have a certain vision, a certain, I'll say, filter of light that they see their world through, and we get to see that through their films. And I feel like he was the perfect choice in order to direct this. To get, you need to be on this guy's side, you need to be against this guy. Yeah, you can get great actors to portray that, but only a good director is going to know exactly where to put the chess pieces in order to win this game of your heart. I Get Out is fantastic, dude. It's not Ford versus Ferrari. So with that, Ford versus Ferrari is gonna move on. Maybe I bullshitted myself through that. Hopefully I did a good argument, but I feel like it's a better movie. You put both in front of me, I'm gonna watch Ford. Ah man, Cars versus Racism. Quit the canal. I love you, Josh. Also, Get Out reminds your. Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. That's right. Oh, what the fuck is this? Man, I am just on a bad roll today. Sorry to bother you. One of the detectives in Knives Out was in Uncut Gems. Lakeith Stanfield? I did not know he was in Get Out. I didn't fucking realize that was him at the party where Danny Clue was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Where he goes, "What's going on, man?" And he just grabs the fucking where the camera goes off. Get out! Like, I never fucking knew that was Stanfield. That was awesome to see. But what about boats? But why male models? I forgot all about boats and hoes. They need the sangria. I think you in the bottom while drinking sangria. Nachos and lemon heads and my dad's float. You won't go down because my dick can't float. We sat around and around and go port to port. Every time I come, I produce a chord. Put on your jump vest and let's drop anchor. There's a nice lady who I like to spank her. Boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me born boats and hoes. The deadliest catch without the crabs. We're almost out of gas to call the Arabs. I'm a pussy pie. My name is Jack Sparrow. And I don't know the rest. uh, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Step Brothers. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Oh, that's not it would be right up your alley, man. Oh man, it's such a good movie. I fucking wish I could. I wish I could move it forward, but I couldn't. Tropic Thunder versus Wild Wild West. Oh, how will I ever decide which one? Saul, I don't know why you. I love you, honey, so much. Do all day for you. You picked six great fucking movies. Three very hard choices, and then you're like, okay, here's your bees moosh. Here's your fucking amazing Caesar salad, because fuck a side salad. Here's your entree. And now for dessert, we have grandma's diarrhea for you. Right? And now you're going, so which one was better, the diarrhea or the T-bone steak? You know what? The T-bone was medium rare, didn't need any sauce, and that Monterey Jack with grilled onions was perfection. But I didn't notice until the third bite that grandma had corn. So that was interesting. I don't know which one. Fucking are you? Wild Wild West is. It was fantastic as a kid. In fact, if you don't remember, I actually had the glasses that Burger King sold. I had Jim West, name of the bottom, rough brother. No, you don't want nada this, wrong, running this, wrong, running this. Like a soldier, looking like I told you. You got two songs in this episode, bitch. That's what you get when you come to Daddy Aaron. Uh, uh, even though it was a fucking Stevie Wonder song first, but hey, man, that beat's funky. So why not? Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Sounds like someone wants to get funky. I love that movie. I love that movie so much. Uh, it's it is bad. It is bad, but it's guilty pleasure bad. It perfectly threw the dart at the I didn't need that number, but I'll take a double 10. I kind of wish I would just hit a triple 20, but it's not a bad movie. It is a bad movie. But I'll rewatch it. Smith has a lot of bad movies. Not a lot. And I can't be a fucking hypocrite over all the shit that he's pulled. I can't be a hypocrite because my motto is I firmly separate the art from the artist, and I simply can't do that to I can't exclude Will Smith out of that either. There's a lot of films that I consider some of my favorites. Men in Black is one of them. Bad Boys 2 is one of my favorite action movies of all time. Um, he's great in this. If it wasn't, it's so funny that this is the role he fucking took because he said no to Neo. Could you imagine him as Neo? I don't think we would have gotten John Wick. I don't think we would have gotten. What else did fucking Reeves do after this? There's really nothing notable that Reeves got that I don't think was not due to Matrix, but because that was on already on his resume, kind of helped him. Um, but it would have been interesting to see Smith with his. I mean, I guess you can call her a wife. To me, she's a cunt. But with Jada Pinkett Smith as Niobe, that would have been pretty cool to see. But I am glad we got Reeves before we got instead of Will Smith. But it's hilarious to think that he did like Connery. He said no to Leave Extraordinary Men, and instead he ends up doing. Was it? Oh no, excuse me. He said no to fuck me, Lord of the Rings, and I think he said yes to League of Extraordinary Men. I could be wrong on that, but I know for a fact he said no to a film that was vastly successful, and instead he did League of Extraordinary Men. So I'm somewhat right, but it's something like that. It's just you. If Will Smith would have done Matrix, they would have made Morpheus white, and Lawrence Fishburne was perfect for that. I could not agree more. He is. Anytime I see him, even when I go back to watch Boys in the Hood, that is Morpheus. I don't give a shit what you fucking say. King Bowery and John Wick 2, that's just Morpheus on cocaine. That's it. Yeah, he will never not be Morpheus to me. That what a great fucking movie that is. God damn it. I was told so much about that movie before I watched it that by the time I watched it, I was kind of like, I kind of wish I would have had my own perspective about this. But even still, it's so good. Well, I don't know why I'm cock teasing everybody. Tropic Thunder is winning this one. I'm not. I don't even have to fucking defend it even a little bit. Wild West is okay at best. Kevin Kline's fine. Selma Hayek is fun. I don't know who plays. I don't even know his fucking name. Well, if I were, half the man you were. uh, yeah. Wild West is. Tropic Thunder. Moving on. Let's get down to the last. Let's get down to the last match. I think this is the last match, right? Forest Ride versus Tropic Thunder. Well, first of all, do we have any comments about that last one? I'm positive no. I don't think anyone's going to be dis. If Brennan's still here, I'm sure he's not going to mind that Wild Wild West did not win. Woo, 14 ounces down. I better slow down. Holy shit. All right, now so Ford versus fun fact in the Matrix, Neo's passport expired. I feel like you're making that up. Is that is that for real? I'm using my phone to record, so I can't look, but that is vastly interesting. It is for real. I like a do the cha cha. The Prime Minister of Sweden visited the White House today, and my tiny little nipples went to. I can't do it with a straight face. I can never. Uh, do caca poo poo. Oh shit. So, all right, Ford versus Ferrari. You put both in front of me. I don't know which one. I don't know which one I'm going to take. I love the scene in Ford versus Ferrari where somebody locks that dickhead that I mentioned earlier in the episode into an office when they bring, and then Shelby puts Ford in the passenger seat of the Mustang, and because they Shelby wants to do something, but the owners are like, well, that's against our name brand, so we're not going to. But you're gonna have to win this fucking race if you're. That's gonna happen. Well, if you want to win this race, why don't you let the fucking racers do the fucking job, not the guys who push papers all the fucking time? Can we do that, please? Thank you. Um, Ford gets in the car and Shelby goes, "You ready?" His response is, his response is, "Your answer should be whose name that is on the steering wheel." And he goes, "Attaboy," and Shelby just guns it, and you see this guy, his adrenaline, he's like, "Oh shit," his fear is kicking up. And Shelby's a professional driver. He's done that race, I think, twice. He did that race. Um, the race is the whole point of the fucking movie. And Le Mans, Le Mans, and he stops it, and Ford just starts crying because all those emotions just came up, and he says, "My daddy would be so proud." He goes, "All right, you got your wish. We'll back off, and you can do this, that, and the other to the car." And it's beautiful, man. It's maybe you didn't create this, but this is your family. As greedy as this fuckhead is, it's his family name, dude, and there's a big sense of pride at that. Maybe, yeah, he him alone ruined Detroit. So it's kind of bittersweet, but it's a beautiful, really touching moment right then and there when it's just my dad would have been really proud. I can't believe that's my name on the steering wheel. Where at first it was like, yeah, this is my car. You made it put it together, little boy. Good job with your Legos, Sonny. And then afterwards, it's just, I can't believe this is my car. Good job, son. It's such a great bit. Um, and dude, that ending where Ken Miles dies because he says you have no idea when you get out, and then you just see way off in the distance of a practice run that this goes horribly wrong. Um, Even Ken Miles' wife is charming as hell. That scene where Ken and Shelby are fighting at the corner. I think Miles is coming back from the grocery store and they're just fighting with the grocery items. And all the wife does is just she goes back inside, she gets a drink, she pulls out a chair and just sits on the front lawn just waiting for these boys to be done roughing out. Because she knows that whenever men get like that, men just gotta fucking duke it out. And that's how we let go of shit. Um, fucking wish that was I. Okay, we don't need phone booths, right? Can we though? Every corner, instead of a fucking Starbucks, can we just have a boxing ring of, hey, that guy cut me off. Yeah, fuck that guy too. Okay, well, get in here. You said it was a cutoff, right? He cut you off. So you rate your anger towards this individual at like a 3 or a 5, legitimately like a 3 or a 5. Like he didn't steal millions of dollars from you, right? He cut you off. So we'll call it a 4. Okay, so 4, that equals, okay, 3 minutes in a boxing ring. Go ahead. And you just fucking duke it out. Do you have any idea how many fucking problems would be solved? No wars would happen. Why would you need to? Hey, he cheated on that one round. Well, then fucking go again. Why do we have to go to war? Why do we have to have a fucking problem, a social media outburst, because these two jackasses have their own quarrel? Let them fucking deal with it. Huh. If only. Uh, thank you, ADD. This message has been brought to you by The More You Know. I wish I had that soundbite. Tropic Thunder has a lot of good of those tidbits of those very necessary scenes. It just so happens to be in a comedy instead of a drama, a dramedy. For instance, the whole "you never go full, you never." Are we cutting or are we crying? What we're doing, man? The trailers, the when he actually plays Simple Jack and he's actually communicating with the audience. He's actually diving deep into the character, not just diving deep on the surface level and spreading yourself out thin. You're going straight to the Mariana Trench of who this character is. I'm trying to think of what else I haven't already talked about, and I feel like I've. Yeah, the whole dance is great that Tom Cruise does. Tom Cruise, another one without Cruise. Not saying this movie wouldn't work. It just makes it so much better. Because for the longest time, it was him and it was Colin Farrell. And that's only because I knew he was in the Batman. But a lot of people did not know who the Penguin was. And when I said, yeah, it's an Irish actor, Colin Farrell, they're like, you mean Bobby from Horrible Bosses? You mean that Irish fuck from In Bruges? There's no way that that was that accent and that guy. Like, I know makeup is a thing, but that makeup was spot. What a great fucking movie the Batman is. Who the hell are you supposed to be? I win at a silly putty. Let me make some more inventions. What? That's so good. Uh, um, fuck, man. My heart says Ford versus Ferrari, but my brain is like, no, dude, you've already said that that is one of your favorite comedies, and Ford versus Ferrari isn't your favorite anything because it's not my favorite James Mangold movie. That will forever and always be Logan. He can make, and if it's not that, it's going to be another Christian Bale movie, 310 to Yuma. So it's not my favorite James Mangold movie at all. It's not my favorite Christian Bale movie because that's going to be The Dark Knight. I mean, that shit is branded on me. So it ain't going to be that. Um, it's not my favorite Matt Damon movie because that's Good Will Hunting. It's not my favorite racing movie because that would be Talladega Nights. Where logically, my favorite Ben Stiller movie is Tropic Thunder. My favorite outside of the MCU Robert Downey Jr. movie is Tropic Thunder. My favorite Jack Black, be careful on this, performance, not movie, performance is Tropic Thunder. My favorite Danny McBride performance and movie he's in is both Tropic Thunder. My favorite, if you want to call it a Vietnam movie, you're really splitting the atom here, but it's in there somewhere. It's going to be this. It's not going to be Platoon. It's damn sure going to be not Born to Kill God damn it, Full Metal Jacket. It's not going to be. Well, if you're going to split the atom that much, if you're going to stretch it that much to go, well, Tropic Thunder is a Vietnam movie. It's not really. At the same token, you might as well say, okay, well, then First Blood is a Vietnam movie too. But even then, I'm picking fucking Tropic Thunder. Um, fuck, dude. I would say the winning factor would have to be, because I feel like it's a cheat just to say, well, this wins. Well, why? Because fucking it does. The winning factor would have to be in Ford versus Ferrari. It is better because a character that you have grown and loved with for 2.5 hours dies, even if you knew the movie or even if you knew the story or not, passes away. Whereas Tropic Thunder, Tug Speedman wins the Oscar. Uh, he beats John Voight in a category I fucking forget. That somebody that's already in the movie is presenting the award. And it ends with Tom Cruise dancing with big sausage fingers and a just, you are hairy like animal amount of chest hair. And I forgot all about Bill Hader's in this movie too. That's how fucking funny this. There's my fucking answer right there on why Tropic Thunder wins. This movie is so goddamn good, so funny. I forgot that fucking Bill Hader is in that cast. That should be a reason enough. So because of that, ladies and gentlemen, for today's winner is Tropic Thunder. Oh, there we go. The fuck was that? Something agrees with me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in, for letting this asshole just talk about films in his own perspective, and being with me for an hour and 40 minutes. But like always, this is my therapy. I have a therapist, and she's doing wonders for me. So thank you very much, Shannon. But this is my enjoyment for the week because I fucking needed this week. This week was brutal, but my lovely, lovely, I'll call her, we don't have a ring yet, but my lovely, awesome wife has been nothing short of amazing to me this week. So this is what I needed to reset myself. Tomorrow we're going to go pick up our puppy. And then we're going to have a fucking third kid, 6 mouths to feed. I can't wait. Ha! uh, I honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait to see if it's going to be a boy or a girl. I kind of don't care. Not even. I don't care. If it's a boy, then that means I get another son. CJ gets a brother to play with, and my little girl will always be my little girl. But if I have a daughter, then that means I get CJ to myself, as in that's we're buddies. But he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have a brother, but him and I are just gonna be buddies forever now, and I'm gonna love that. And now I got 2 girls to spoil instead of just one, where the other 2 are gonna get jealous. But I'm like, well, fight each other. Who cares? So I don't care either way. I'm still thinking about names, but maybe Tug Speeman sounds pretty good. Or how about Jack Simple? Something like that, maybe. Or how about Ken Miles? There you go. Uh, Thank you everybody for tuning in, and this was so much fun. And I will see you guys next week on another episode of Random Bracket Battles. See ya.